The first point that I want to talk about is you have just one stream of income, because if you just rely on your one stream of income and this is the only income that you have, and you're like the majority of people and you don't have any savings and you don't have any investments, well, you're just one step away from being broke. Because now if you are to get fired, or if your company were to go under and you get laid off, or if you can't work because you get sick, or because something happens in life and you now can't go into work to get paid, well, now you no longer have the stream of income, but you still have all of your expenses. You still have to pay for your house bill, you still have to pay for your rent, your mortgage, you still got to pay for your car, you still got to pay for your gas, you still got to pay for your groceries. Your expenses don't go away, but your income is now gone. This is where now you don't want to just rely on this one stream of income. Now, I'm not saying you got to go out and find another job. You don't got to go out and start a business. You don't got to go out and start a side hustle, but you got to start thinking a little bit different here, where you're not just relying on your stream of income in order to survive. Because what wealthy people do is they work. Now, if you're working for an income, that's fine. Now, what you want to do is you want to take some of this income and invest this money into assets. That way now you have things that are now working to build you wealth. Because when you own assets, you're putting your money to work. When you go to work to get a paycheck, you are physically working to get paid. You're exchanging your hours for dollars. But when you invest your money into assets, now you're putting your money to work. Now your money is working to make you more money. Your money can work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can't. You can work hard, you can sacrifice weekends, you can sacrifice evenings, but you still gotta sleep. You still gotta shower. You still gotta go to the bathroom. Now I know what you're thinking, but Jaspreet, I can work when I go to the bathroom. Sure, but your money doesn't need to do all that, which is why you need to start putting your money to work. And the only way that you can do that is if you don't spend all of your income. So now you need to spend less money, and then take this money that you're not spending and put it to work. You need to invest that money. I'll talk about the different places and how you can invest that money a little bit later in this video, but this requires you now to start living below your means. The second point that I want to talk about probably applies to 99% of America, and this is that you are product rich before you are actually rich. Now look, I'm going to be completely honest here. I don't make these videos to get you to like me. I make these videos so you're better with your money, and the reality is if you drive a Benz, if you're wearing Gucci, if you're wearing Louis Vuitton, if you got Apple AirPods, if you have any of these designer name brand things, but you don't have a rental property, you don't have an investment portfolio, you don't have any stocks, your priorities are in the wrong place, and you're product rich, but you're not actually rich. Now, if you're watching this video, chances are you've already taken some steps to be better with your money, but just think about this for a second. I'm sure we all know somebody who has a lot of nice stuff. They earn a regular income, but they're driving a nice car. They have a nice home. They have that Rolex. They have a nice watch. They have all the nice things. They spend a lot of money, but they have nothing here. They show how rich they are, right? You're rich on the liability side. Liabilities are things that take money away from your pocket. Assets are things that put money in your pocket. You buy assets to make money. You buy liabilities to look like you're rich. So the interesting thing about these liabilities is you look rich, but these things that make you look rich are actually keeping you broke. Assets are things that you buy that make you look broke, but they're making you wealthy. When you go out and you start investing your money in the stock market, you don't look rich because you have nothing to show for it. You don't have a nice belt to show off. You don't have a nice car to show off. You don't have a big home. You just have a big portfolio. And when you buy a rental property, you have something that's paying you, but you can't show it off the way that you can a Gucci belt. And so what happens? Well, when you own assets for the short term, you don't look rich. You actually look broker than you were before, because now more of your money is going out to buy you these assets, which will make you wealthier in the future. However, when you're buying all these liabilities right now, you look rich today, but you have no money to actually make you real rich. What wealthy people do, and what I want you to start doing, because you can start this with like 10 bucks, 25 bucks, whatever you have, is that they always, no matter what, they prioritize buying these before they're buying these. Take a little bit of money every month and make sure that every month from now on, no matter what, you do this. Whatever you want to start with, 10, 20, 30, $100, $1,000, it does not matter, but you have to start with something. Put some money aside every single month, no matter what happens, and use that to buy these assets, whether it's stocks, whether it's real estate, whether it's something else. You need to start buying these assets before you spend all your money on these liabilities. Number 3, you do not value your time. If you wanted to go out to the Gucci store and you wanted to buy this $3,000, you can see what it looks like, $3,000 ugly or beautiful handbag, depending on who you are. If you want to buy this $3,000 handbag, how much is it going to cost you? Now you might say, Jaspreet, you just said it, $3,000. What do you mean? Maybe it's going to cost me a little bit of interest if you got to go finance it on your credit card, but $3,000 is a cost. Well, not necessarily, because if you're getting paid $20 an hour, sure, it'll cost you $3,000, but you're missing the point. At $20 an hour, this purse isn't going to cost you $3,000. It's going to cost you 150 hours of your life. And now you really got to start valuing your time. How much is your time really worth? Are these things, these liabilities that you're buying, really worth the time that it costs to afford this item? Now, there's nothing wrong with buying nice things. I know I make fun of Gucci, Louis Vuitton, all that. If you like it and you can afford it, I don't care. Go out and buy it. But the key is you gotta be able to afford it. Because now if you're sacrificing your assets, if you're sacrificing the ability to become wealthy because now you wanna have the nice stuff today, well then you're doing something wrong, and that is gonna keep you broke. The 2008 real estate crash happened when I was in high school. And during that time I was working on this little teen party business, and I was making a little bit of money here and there. And I remember that when I made $1,000, I went out and I took the $1,000 and I bought this really fancy studded up watch which looked really cool, but today this watch is worthless. It made me look rich when I was in high school, but it did nothing for me. But at the same time, I remember I really liked Ford Mustangs, but I couldn't buy a Ford Mustang. My dad said he wouldn't give me a Ford Mustang, so I didn't have a Ford Mustang, but I liked Fords. And at that time, I remember the Ford stock was right around $2 a share. I didn't have thousands of dollars to go out and buy the Ford stock, but I had a little bit of money, maybe $100 or a couple $100, and I went out and I bought the Ford stock at $2 a share. Now, if I took that $1,000 and I didn't buy that watch, which made me look rich, and instead I took that $1,000 and I invested it into the Ford stock, well, that money would have been worth a lot more today. I would have at least 5 or 6 times my money if I would have just bought that Ford stock instead of buying that watch. That watch today is worth nothing. The Ford stock, if I had bought $1,000, would be worth at least $5,000 today. If you enjoyed this shorter clip from my longer videos, here's another clip that I think you'll love. And while you're at it, if you're interested in learning more about how to invest your money in real estate, our team put together an amazing guide on real estate investing. This guide goes over what real estate investing is, how to start using real estate to generate cash flow, and how to build wealth with real estate. This guide is completely free when you sign up for our daily newsletter. So if you want to read our guide on how to start investing your money in real estate, you can download that guide just by clicking that button right over there. Thank you for watching, and as always, keep hustling.